Hey guys, Zulk here. Welcome to the second channel. So I went and worked on this code a bit off camera and right. Sorry. Before I continue, I should probably give the disclaimer so as to not waste people's times. If you clicked on this series expecting to learn C++ in any fast or efficient way, maybe you wanted to know how to do a thing in C++ or you needed a C++ for a project or something, this is not the series for you. This series is basically a documentation of me trying to teach myself C++. Yes. And this is not a tutorial series. This is just me again trying to learn and making videos on all of the stuff that I encounter while I'm trying to learn C++. You might be able to learn C++ from this series. I gave no promises and I won't count on it. But even if that is true, it's not going to happen and fast or efficiently. So I really recommend that if you need to learn C++, you click off this series right now and find a better tutorial on YouTube. There's plenty probably. And and whatever it is you need C++ for, good luck with that. All right. Now for everyone else, back to this thing. See, last time I was really confused and I was questioning if I even knew what a denominator was because this code just wasn't working. And and when I looked into it more, I realized what the problem was. See, over here, hang on, let me find that page. I marked it with a question mark. Here it is. So, what happened was, I basically eh, copied this code from the book. I am using the book Teach Yourself C++, third edition by Herbert Schlitt. And I copied the code directly from the book. But here is where I made a mistake. This is something that can happen when you're writing code from a book. Because the one problem, especially when the one problem you will face when reading code from a book is that sometimes it becomes really hard to tell the indents or the spacing in in code printed on a book. See, after this line right here, and the book writes the rest of the code on the next page, and instead of putting this part at over here, I think I just put it at like outside of the for loop, and that's why my code was not working. But this should work much better. So enter two numbers 2 and 3. There are no common denominators, right? And if I do something like this, there's a 3 and 6. Sorry, 3 and 6, not 3. 3 and 6, not 3. 36. If I do it like this, the common denominator should be 3. What? What do you mean no common denominators? 3 times 2 equals to 6. Hang on. 6 and 12? Yeah, this is right. Is it because I pressed enter instead of space? That's odd. I don't know what this is all about. Hang on. Am I doing this wrong? What is the common denominator of 3 and 6? It says it's 6. No, that's the lowest common multiple. Is lowest common multiple and lowest common denominator the same thing? hold on. Is LCM and lowest denominator the same thing? What? The least common multiple of a given set of numbers is the smallest positive number divisible by the numbers in this set. For example, if we list the multiples of 4 and 6, we can see that these numbers share common multiples of 12, 24, 36, and 48 to name a few. Multiples of 4, multiples of 6. Okay, so these are the common ones. Even though the blah 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 and multiple blah blah blah, LCM is 12 because 12 is the smallest number. We need to find the common denominator for a given set of fractions. The LCM is called the least common denominator. To find LCD of a given set of fractions, check the denominations of the fractions. To the smaller, divide the larger. Find the LCD of. Hold on. What? When we need to find a common denominator for a given set of fractions, the LCM is called the least common denominator. Four, 2, and 8. Because 8 is divisible by 4, the least common denominator equals to 8. Sorry, math is not my strong suit. You might have figured it out already. Why is this 2 then? If that's the case, shouldn't it be 12? What? Lowest common. Hang on. I'm gonna try something. What is the lowest common denominator for 6 and 12? Yeah, it's 12. I know my code isn't wrong because this time I took special care to write it. Wait, hold on. Can I want to do something real quick. If I thought min here was just an integer name, but maybe they mean it as like a function. Like it goes green, so min is already used for something. Wait. Save. Build and run. 6, 12. Nope. Again, I know for a fact that this time I did not make any mistakes when writing this code. I copied it exactly from the book. But for whatever reason, it's not giving me the right answer. Maybe the logic itself is wrong in this example. I don't know. What gives? Yeah, I don't get it. Whatever, it does not matter. I'm just gonna say that maybe my math is wrong. Maybe I'm a dumbass who doesn't know how to math properly. Hold on, can I go back to this one again? Finding a common multiple of two or more numbers is that the LCD is the LCM in the denominator of a fraction. So one could say that the least common denominators are a special case of least common multiples. Least common multiples. Do they? Does the code want fractions? No, no, that can't be it. The least common multiple of a given set of numbers is the smallest positive number divisible by the numbers in the set. For example, we list the multiples of 4 and 6. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Guys, I don't know. My brain, the math ain't mathin', okay? The math ain't mathin'. I'm just gonna forget it, and I am just going to do what the example asks. I'm not gonna worry about if this program is right or not. What the fuck is going on here? I don't know. I'm just gonna convert it into C++ style. So first things first, hashtag include IOStream. IOStream. Then this is fine, this is fine. Instead of printf, I need the output one, right? What's the output one? It's this one. See out. Don't need this. There. Then C in. Hold on. C in this, and then A and B. Like this. This should be right. This is also right, I think. Then over here, C out. Just like that. Should probably put a space. Return and then C out again. Now, if I remember correctly, I don't need the percentage D anymore. Is, I'll do this and wrong item. I forgot what I was supposed to output. D. So like this, right? I hope I got this right. What do you mean C out was not declared in this scope? Oh, that's right. I forgot using namespace std. Using namespace std. Now it should work. I hope. Yeah. If this gives me 2 again, we know that I transferred it to C++ style rightly, even if the code is whack. Okay, so I think I wasted enough time with that. Let's move on. Okay, comments, I already know how to do comments. So I'm skipping that one. And here it is, classes, the first look. I am I think I'll open this one again. Why is it cpp.c? That makes no sense. This is a comment. Compilers don't do nothing. Why is it cpp.c? The fuck? This should just be dot like this one. I think it's because I did iostream.h and hashtag include. Fuck it. Let's just save as. Don't save, delete this. Don't save as cpp.c, just save it as cpp. Save. Again, why are you saving this? I see the problem. Save file as. Delete. Hold on. No. I messed some shit up. I definitely messed some shit up. Delete. 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 New folder. We are doing this from the start. Save as dot cpp, not ccp. I kept writing ccp. Much better. And I should do this just to set things up. Hashtag include iostream. I'm using namespace std. Right? That's how you do it, right? Yeah, using namespace std. So also I should probably make the void one. I mean the main. Int main void. There. I have the main function set up. Now let's read the classes. Again, I'm not going to read the book line word for word. I'm just going to read it by myself, and whenever I think a line is kind of important, that I'll read aloud. The class is the mechanism that is used to create objects. A class is declared using the class keyword. The syntax of a class declaration is similar to that of a structure. Its general form is shown here. I remember these structures when I was learning C. Class name, private functions and variables, public. It's basically like this, according to them. Class name. I should do it like this, just so that it doesn't clash with stuff. Class name. Can I do underscore either? Yeah, that works as well, I guess. Then do this. over here we write the private functions, variable functions and variables. Functions are basically like these things, and variables are variables. I don't think I need to explain what variables are. And then public. Public function and variables. And then over here I have object list. Object list underscore list. I should probably comment this out as well. Object list. Hang on. How do I do comments like this, right? To make sure, yeah, to include a block comment. So, this isn't gonna run or anything, but this is just the structure. Oh, in a class declaration, the object list is optional. Okay. As with the structure, you can declare class objects later as needed. Okay. While the class name is also technically optional from a practical point of view, it is virtually always needed. The reason for this is that the class name becomes a new type name that is used to declare objects of this class. So yeah, basically like here I said class name, right? So I can probably make an object with class name A, the same way I declare variables. At least I think that's how you do in Python. I believe that's how you do in Python. I don't know. I may have gotten my things mixed up. I may have gotten my coding knowledges mixed up. Functions and variables declared inside a class declaration are said to be members of that class. By default, all functions and variables declared inside a class are private to that class. This means that they are accessible only by other members of that class. To declare public class members, the public keyword is used, followed by a colon. All functions and variables declared after the public specifier are accessible by other members of the class and by any other part of the program that contains the class. Here's a simple class declaration, okay? I need to read that again. Hold on. Okay, so basically what that meant was anything that's private can only be used by staff inside the class itself, right? Like over here, if I write another function or something, I can only use the function. I can only use the variables and functions I declared. And I'm not explaining this right. So let me try explaining that again. Let's say I write a function or a variable here that is private. I'm writing another function here. I want to use the variables and functions I declared here. Because this is private, I can use those only while I'm working inside this class, like over here or here. Once I go outside the class, I can no longer use private functions and variables. But if I declare something as public, I can still use it over here, like outside of the class. Yeah, I think that's what it says. Functions that are declared to be part of a class are called member functions. Hold on. To define a member function, you must link the type name of the class with the name of the function. You do this by preceding the function name with the class name, followed by two colons. The two colons are called scope resolution operator. For example, blah blah blah. Hold on. I think I should write this example code down. Like I should write and run this here just to show it, I guess. I don't need, since I'm declaring a class, I don't need it to take place inside another function. I can declare the class over here. Excuse me. That's the class name. Then, whoops. That's the wrong type of bracket. Hang on. Yeah, this is an example code written in the next page, which is pretty much exactly what I wanted to do. So I'm just gonna use that, I guess. Uh, Here it is. So over here, the function I write will be private to my class. As I am writing int a, which is an integer, and then this part will be public. Is it supposed to do that? I guess so. I am usually kind of worried about spacing in this case because I often worry that spacing errors is going to cause my code to not run. Void set a int num and int get a. There we go. Now this is not defined, so it should be like this. Yeah, this stuff is not defined yet. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is this is this out is this defined outside of the public section? Looks like it. I have to define it here. By the way, I didn't define a here because a is part of my class. It's a private variable, and obviously this is a function that is also part of my class, which I'm defining here. So that's why I don't think I need to declare a. And here we go. Get a. Oh, wait, I don't need to do this. Return a. Okay. And let's write this part as well. So by using my class, I'm actually declaring two my class objects, objects1 and objects2. I should probably save object1 and object2. Then over here, ob1 dot set a 10. Yes, I'm following an example on the book. Set A is 99. Okay. And now C out OB1 dot get A. This is a function. And this should move one line down. So if this is right, the output I should get here is 10 and 99. All right, I forgot return 0. Return 0. I did this. I spelled include wrong. God damn it. My class has not been declared. But again, I spelled it wrong. You really got to keep an eye out for these things. It worked. It actually did work. As you should expect, this program displays the values of 9. Let me try something. I want to try something. Int a int a1 a2 a2. Okay. C in a1. That's how you do it, right? a2 a1 a2. Let's see if this works. This should work. So first 11, then 25. It does work. What I did over here is basically I used a1 and a2 as integers, I guess. Put values from the user, inputted values from the user. With this line, I pointed to my screen. You can't see that, of course. With this line right here. And then I used this line basically to set the values of A in object 1 and object 2. So yeah, over basically in this example, what happened here, and from what I understand anyway, is that object 1 and object 2 are objects of the my class, and my class has an attribute, I guess you could say, a, which is an integer. And with this line I'm basically setting what the value of ob1's a is and ob2's a2 is. Huh. I wonder something. What happens if I do this? A is now public, and instead of doing this, because I don't think this will work if A was private, because again, private means that things outside of my class can't access the variable. So now that A is public and I have this thing, can I do this? ob1 dot A equals to 10 ob ob2 dot b equals to 25. If, oh, I should do this. And then, no, not b. This is a 25. Then, c out. Nope. ob1 a backslash n for spacing reasons. And then ob2a. Will this work? It worked. And I'm guessing this is not gonna work if I kept a as a private integer. I don't think this is going to work. It's private within this context. Yeah, it didn't work, just as expected. Awesome. I have learned how to do classes. A very, very basic idea of how to do classes, granted, but I have learned how to do classes in C++. That is huge because, as far as I know, classes and functions are some of the most important aspects of C++. So, if I can understand how to do that, I might be able to do a whole lot of shit with C++. I don't know if I said this before. Oh, I should probably just delete this. This should run now, right? Unless I deleted something bad. 4 and 69. I should have done 42069. Yeah, it works. So yeah, now that I know how to do this, I should be able to do a lot of stuff. And I don't know if I said this before, but the reason I'm trying to learn C++ is so that I can make games. I think C++ is the programming language that is used a lot in terms of game design, that and C sharp. I still need to learn C sharp, but if I can learn C++, learning C sharp shouldn't be that much harder because it's all C based still. And even without C sharp, I should be able to make a bunch of games with C++ alone. So if I can get the classes down, I should be able to make a bunch of games just with that alone. But of course, I need to learn a lot more about C++ to implement a lot of other stuff like music. I almost bit my tongue there. Like music and graphics and actual game mechanics. But yeah, good start. Good fucking start. Let's keep going. I still should probably finish reading this chapter because I skipped ahead a bit. I didn't finish reading this part. What is this example here? In my class for the preceding example, A is private. This means that only member functions of my class can access it directly. This is one reason why the public function get A is required. If you try to access a private member of a class from some part of your program that is not a member of that class, a compile time error will result. We just did that experiment and saw the result ourselves, saw the error firsthand. Assuming that my class is defined as shown in the following function will cause an error. Yeah, it's the same exact thing that I just did. Just as there can be public member functions, there can be public member variables as well. For example, if A were declared in the public section of my class, A could be referenced by any part of the program. Yeah, we did that just now. To get a taste of the power of objectives, let's look at a more practical example. This program creates a class called stack that implements a stack that can be used to store characters. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Hang on. It has some exercises afterwards. It, by the way, I took so much time reading because the last example, I guess, was showing us how to implement a stack in C++. I think I got it. I don't need to run it here to fully understand it. Let's check the exercises. Yes, we did number one. If you have not done so, enter and run the program shown in the examples for this section. No need. Number two, create a class called card that maintains a library card catalog entry. Have the class store a book's title, author, and number of copies on hand. And store the title and author as strings and the number on hand as an integer. Use public member function called store to store a book's information and a public member function called show to display the information. Include a short main function to demonstrate the class. I know how to do this. I don't think I need to do this one because I already have an idea of how I can do this. And three, create a queue class that maintains a circular queue of integers. Make the queue size 100 integers long and include a short main function that demonstrates this operation. This one is something that I might want to try. I am kind of confused about this one, so I might want to try this. Queue is kind of like stack, but instead of um, of last in first out, it's first in first out. So I don't know what they mean by a circular queue though. Like if it's an overflow, does it go back to the first one? I don't know what a circular queue is. Why don't I look it up? What is a I have my hand on the wrong spot. Circular queue. Oh yes, so I was right. Is a type of queue in which the last position is connected to the first position to make a circle. Yeah, I think I can do it. It says to make it 100 integers long, but I feel like that would be too much for this and it would be a pain to test out. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this one. And let me, where's my pen? I had a pen over here. Ooh, almost dropped my bottle of water. This isn't the pen I bought today. This is the pen I bought today. Doesn't matter. And I'm gonna mark with an exclamation mark question 3 because that's what I'm gonna try and do right now. But first, I think I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I am back. I decided to go here and check some examples of how they implemented queue, a circular queue. It's all confusing to me. I'm going to try doing it my way. It's probably the worst way to do it because it's my way, but it should still work. So first of all, I am going to define a global constant. Yeah. Length. Let's say 5. My thing is going to be 5 long. Right? That's how you define a constant, right? Yeah. So now let's define CQ. This is the class. So how did they do this stack thing? I should check that one. Okay, they want you to hold integers, right? Yeah, they wanted to hold integers. So int CQ and length. So this is an array of length 5, and I should probably create something to figure out where the front and where the rear is. Or maybe I should create like a pseudo pointer thing. Let me try and visualize this real quick. So whenever something is added, it should be added to the rear at all times. And the rear should keep, it should be added to the rear, and the thing should leave from the front of the queue. So I think I need both a front and a rear. No, I think I can keep the front fixed at Q0, and the rear should be the one that keeps moving. And at some point, I should have it so that the front and the rear are connected. Let's tackle this issue one at a time. First of all, let's just make a queue, not a circular queue, just a straight queue that enters data from the back, goes out the front. That sounds so wrong when I said it like that, but I'm going to continue saying it like that. Stuff enters from the back, goes out the front. Okay, so int rear. Okay, then I definitely need to initialize it. And yeah, I'm looking at the example for the stack and going off of that, just so you know. Public should be, first of all, void add initialize. I should c underscore init. This is the cq underscore init, which is initializing it, right? Then I should do want to enter stuff, cq enter, and then no, the last one should be int type, cq out. I should do it, yeah, this. I should probably make comments. Comments are not necessary right now because again I'm doing this all in one take, but comments are really necessary to remember what the fuck you were thinking when writing stuff, when you're writing a big program. Otherwise you're going to forget what your own code does. Adds data to queue, removes data from queue. Should I should probably do a queue read as well. int cq read. This should take an integer, I guess. int. This should take something. Hang on, can I check something real quick? Yeah, this also should read cq underscore pos. Displays data in a certain queue position relative to the front. Front should always be 0, I think, relative to the front. And if I'm going to enter data, I need to add an integer to actually take the data. Int CQ underscore data. Okay. So these are the public functions I should save. Then I should start defining these functions, which I just declared over here. Um, no, what am I doing? What am I doing? I should do this. No, wait. I need to initialize, I need to write the name of the class. I forgot about it. Then like this. Right? Am I doing it right? I think I'm doing it right. So this is for initializing the queue. For initializing it, I should do hold on. I forgot a thing. I should always do this. Head. No, C front. This is better. C rear. Better. So when initializing it, front and the rear is always 0. Front. If these are integers. Wait, when I initialize, do I need to? No, I don't need to declare integers again. So CQ underscore front equals to 0. CQ underscore rear equals to 0. Okay, got it. So that should be initializing it. Then what else? What else? Yeah, it returns nothing. So over here, void CQ underscore enter. Again, int CQ underscore data. Hold on. Gotta do it like this. I used the wrong brackets. Okay, when entering data, it should always enter from the rear, right? Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I definitely should check if it's full or not. If why did I do TOS? I'm reading it too much. Rear equals length. Again, I am not worried right now. I am not at all worried right now about this thing being circular. I'm just making a queue. I'll add this circular part in later. So queue overflow. It'll make sense why I wrote that later. Because what I want to do is, if it's full, I want it to override the front one. I want it to just straight up override the front one. If it overrides the front one, then I guess it's no longer a queue, right? But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. And then, what else did you do? Okay, so if it's full, then this. Otherwise, if it's not full, then we do. What was the CQ? CQ rear equals CQ underscore data. And then CQ underscore rear plus plus. So it increments it by 1. Right, so it starts off 0, add data, then the rear is at 1, is at 0.1. Got it? This should work. Then what's the next one? And remove data. int CQ out. This one should go from the front, right? But first checking if hold on, what? How do I check if the thing is empty or not? Because if rear is at 0 starting out, hang on, wait. Let's say I start out 0, 0. That means it's empty. I put a data in. No, it works. It works. If it can work, just like how I did, just like how the stack example works. If rear equals 0, wait a minute. I just realized something. I need to move the front as well. I can't just move the rear. I need to remove the front as well. Don't I? Yeah, because think about it this way. If, let's say I'm doing it by rear, everything is 0, I put a data in, rear goes back, but I want things to come out of the front. And I do it normally, take out something from front, remove the data. So now what happened is, let's say I should probably do something like this. Hang on. This is the one. Oh, I wrote a bunch of university stuff here. Hang on. Yeah, this is the one. Number 2. So like, think about it this way. Let's say this is my queue. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because this is program, it only goes up to 4. This is my queue. This is value of 0, value of 1, value of 2, 3, and 4, right? Now let's say right now both front and rear are at 0. I enter 3 data, A, B. I know that it doesn't, these are characters and not integers, but I'm just saying it as an example, okay? This is not exact. Okay, so here Q0 has A, one has B, one has C. And now things leave from the front, right? I pop, I remove a data from the front. So now this is empty, this is B, this is C. But my front pointer is still at 0. So unless I move everything to the front, if I try to remove a data from the front again, it'll return null even though there are other stuff. So I need to move both the front and the rear. How am I going to do this? Let me think. I could write a loop to move all of the data in the front, but that is going to be too, I guess, what's it called? Yeah, processing power intensive. That's just going to be highly inefficient. The better idea would be to move the front back. Each time, yeah, like after I pop the 1, I make front 1. Rear is still 3, I think, at this rate, right? How did I write the rear? Yeah, if rear equals to length, then Q overflow. So over here, if I have a data here or something, then I can't add anything. And if I keep moving the front without accounting for these gaps, then I'm going to run out of space even if I have space. One solution would be to just overflow back to the front, overflow it back. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, one option would be to just overflow back to the front if it's full, but I don't think I want to do that yet. How do I do this? I am stumped. How did these guys do it? Hold on, let me check something real quick. Let me read this over again. Front equals to rear minus 1. Okay, so they have the class Q, rear and front. Okay, circular Q is size and a pointer. They used a pointer. Star means pointer, right? I think so. Q ints front equals to rear equals to 1. I think this is initializing it. Equals to -1. Size is s. Array equals to new int s. So we have the array. Then enq means add something into the queue. Dequeue means remove something, and display queue. Got that right? Then over here, function to create circular queue. Void queue. So this class in queue. If front equals to 0 and rear equals to size -1, or rear plus 1 percentage size equals front. So the remainder is front. Q is full. Return. My brain is not working, guys. I think I need to come back to this later. That's what I'm gonna do. I am going to come back to this later at a future time. I'm gonna go walk around a bit while I think about this. I am going to end this video here, but first, the usual chess match. To go and take a walk. Let's play a 20-minute game. I am gonna do a lot of post censorship this episode, and yeah. Okay, this looks like an even game. Unlike the last one, which was a very one-sided matchup, this one I am going to have to pay more attention to. This is a gambit I like to play. It's a very bad gambit called the Duras Gambit. I like playing it. I am gonna take a drink of water. New bottle. This one's made of glass. So there we go. Do it like this. I don't know what you're trying to do here. Maybe go here? Or I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. Why did they put the knight there? Are they planning on going here? Sorry, I meant here. To attack this one? Potentially. You know what? Let's do this. If you're en passant, I will take this. Okay. I guess I'm attacking your queen. Again, if takes, then takes. I think he was trying to attack this pawn here. Huh. You can check me if you go here. This is safe-ish. This is safe-ish. But I need to defend this check somehow. And this is still at risk. So I can move this knight here. Maybe I should attack the queen. Yeah. Let me attack the queen. Of course, I am leaving this as an option, I guess. Okay, queen moved there. Good, good. I can attack the queen again, but then you move here and I am gonna be in some shit. Let me push. Let me push this pawn. If this, then this. If this, then this. Oh, I did not notice that. I 100% did not notice that. I should have cancelled. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I should have cancelled. Ah well, it is fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. I the king can't move. Am I gonna lose this rook for nothing? Um wow. This is bad. This is really bad. I am just going to straight up lose this rook. That is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna just straight up lose a rook here. I'm gonna put this here just so that you don't take with check. Okay. Now I'm gonna take this, I guess. Oof, this match was off to a bad start, man. This was awful. That was awful. Absolutely awful. Next I'm gonna move this here. Restrict king movement. I have a feeling you're trying to check me or something. Do this, I guess. I don't know what the point of that was. This you can, but then I'll just take this. I guess then you take this pawn and attack my knight at the same time. Maybe. Why can't I just take? You were planning on checking me this whole time. Oh, I I see now. You're trying to get my bishop. Move the queen. I'm gonna lose this bishop. Well, again, this match is off to an awful start. My god. It was about time I lost, I guess. But absolutely terrible. This match is absolutely terrible. My knight is under attack. I need to castle. I need to. Okay. Time to move my king. Now this is a check. This is a check. Ah, great. Now I'm gonna lose my rook. Ah, this is awful. This is just awful. I need to figure out some way to absolutely demolish this guy. Because if I don't, I'm just lost. I've straight up just lost. Wait. Try something stupid. Let me move it here. Queen takes, or this. I move here. This is my only shot. Here, queen takes. I know that. Oh. This is completely defenseless. I am dead lost. Unless I do this. Ah, he saw it. I don't think I can win this at all. Unless... Hang on. What if I move you here? Right, should have figured. Ah, there's the check. I forgot about that. And yeah, I am just gonna resign right here. That was an awful match. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, can't win them all. So guys, that's it for this video. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and or subscribe. Dislike it if you hated it. I'll hide your comment to let you know I've read them. So just because I hated your comment doesn't mean I agree with it or endorse it. I'm Zulk-BS and what a bad video this was. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.